This is my video about the straw and horn protocol to give you some hints to get started. Hint number one, do not put any of them in the dishwasher. They will melt and become very ugly. Soak them overnight in soapy water or, whatever you use, but the dishwasher is a no-go. Two, they should not be something that your child has access to all the time. They are a tool like a toothbrush or the washcloth or something like that. You're going to use it for a short amount of time, somewhat or completely supervised, and then put it away. That goes for the horns. Now, the straws have gotten a little more tricky now that so many kids have more of a water bottle type thing. But I'll tell you how to use them and then you can hopefully adapt. The whole point of them is to strengthen the jaw, the tongue, the lips, and get them in a more strong and stable position so that they can create better speech sounds. The horns and straws do not improve speech. What they do is they get the body ready to make the sounds that they're not making. Frequently, kids are not making a speech sound because they don't have the strength and or stability to do so. So this is not a magic fix. It is just a tool to give them the right tools that they need to continue to improve their speech. Okay, let's talk about the horns for a minute. When you get the horns, they will come in a zippered pouch like this. This is an old one and not a complete set. On the front will be a cardboard insert that will number the horns. Try to keep this if you can, because usually when I give you homework suggestions or something like that, I will refer to the horn by its number. The picture on the insert won't always match the horn by color, but it will match it by shape. For example, horn number one looks a little bit like this one, has holes. It really is basically a recorder like that you might have had from back in the day. But it may be a completely different color than what the picture shows. It's the same thing, just different color. One of the really important things about the horns is that they do not ever go into the child's teeth. If the teeth get involved, then we lose all the benefits of the tongue and jaw. So it is very, very important that the horn only come to the teeth and no farther back, so that the lips and lower jaw can get some work. So when I have to do this, I have to work all these muscles here, plus I have to retract my tongue, and a lot of times the tongue is resting too far forward, so this encourages it to start to go back. So make sure that your child is not holding it in their teeth like this, because they can still blow that way. Ideally, they are only blowing out and not sucking in. And the longer they can get a nice long sound, the better. I wish I had a new set here. This is not number one, but when you get to this one, you want to be able to blow it long enough to pull this all the way out and back in. Let's see if I can do it. And then you let go for a minute. If the body has to start, stop, start, stop, start, stop 4, 5, 6, 7 times, that creates much faster muscle memory than if you just leave it in your mouth and keep blowing. So blow, stop, blow, stop. The last thing is that you really want the horn to be parallel with the floor. You do not want the student or the child to be blowing like you would a clarinet or a saxophone. You want it to be straight out so that the lips are coming out like this. If I go like this, it really changes everything, and these are not speech improving movements. We need it to be up like this. So a lot of times parents will have to hold it for the student. As far as the straws go, again, we don't want anything any longer than about this. The straws will come with these two discs that you can slide onto the straw so that there is just a very short little area, and you can put a rubber band under it to keep it from slipping. The problem is a lot of kids will use a straw on their tongue so that the tongue and the roof of the mouth is creating suction instead of the lips. And in order to create good suction with my lips, I also have to retract my tongue, which is a very important part of it. Each horn, each whistle gets harder to do. It's a very specific hierarchy. It requires more strength, more breath support. So we like to do them in order because if you jump around, it might get too hard for your student at first. Okay, that's our beginning. I'm going to stop here, and then you can ask me any individual questions as needed.